welcome the founder of Stargaze now to the stage. We all know him, Shane Vitarana.
Hey guys, how's it going? Who here has an NFT from Stargaze? All right, I must be at a Cosmos conference. All right, let's talk about Stargaze. I think it's good to start about talking about what Stargaze is not. Stargaze is not just an NFT marketplace. It's not just an NFT launchpad. It's an app-specific chain for all things NFT. Right? It's a layer 1 for NFTs. So you can think of it like Osmosis, but for NFTs. It's a chain for an entire asset class. Eventually, it'll do everything and anything you can think of doing with NFTs. Launchpad and Marketplace are only the first two dApps that are built on Stargaze. Soon, we're going to have NFT DAOs powered by DAO. We'll have lending and borrowing. We're talking to the Confio team about building that. I think we need to talk a little bit about the macro picture for NFTs. NFT transaction volume across all chains went up in Q1. That's an increase from Q4 in 2021. Trade volume is nearly doubled this month from Q1. Sales last month were $5 billion, and that's an increase over the previous month. NFT trading now is a significant part of most of the big blockchains, Ethereum, Polygon, and Solana. It's not a big deal in Cosmos yet, but we're going to make it a big deal in Cosmos. Chris Dixon has this famous quote, "The next big thing will start out looking like a toy." NFTs right now are in their toy phase. It's really easy to look at a PFP and kind of laugh at it, right? But look around you and look at all the value that's stored in non-fungible assets, in non-fungible ways, right? We are building the infrastructure to manage that future. We're just getting started. NFTs really haven't been a thing until like a year ago. The CryptoKitties kind of cycle that happened in 2018 is not even a blip on this chart. If you look at Google Trends for NFTs versus DeFi, you see that NFTs started to overtake DeFi in the middle of last year, kind of peaked in January, it started to come down, but there's still this pretty wide gap, right? Mainstream audiences love NFTs, and they know about NFTs. So when we started working on Stargaze, we were going to build we were going to start out with the marketplace. But all our users were telling us that they needed minting tools and they wanted a way to launch first. So one of the first things that we built was Stargaze Tools. Stargaze Tools is a command line app that lets anyone easily launch an NFT collection. You don't need to know how to code to use this. There are creators who have used this who can't code. You can pretty much describe your whole, all the collection data in one file, the number of tokens, the price, and all that kind of data, and then you can run a command, and then it launches it on Stargaze. You can use this to airdrop tokens, mint tokens for other people. You can configure like a whitelist and stuff like that here. Creators love this so much that people from other ecosystems have reached out and they want to port this to their ecosystem. OK, let's talk about Launchpad. So after creators launch, the collector, the first people that want to buy, come and buy it on Launchpad. This is the primary market. So it's pretty simple. You just kind of go in and you select the NFT that you want. You click on mint. You can see the royalties that are going to be taken out. You can see the price. You can choose the number of tokens. And this is a view of your wallet. You can see some nasty star chodes over there. People seem to love these things. OK, so after we launched Launchpad, the response on Twitter had a common word in it, and that word was smooth. There's literally thousands of tweets talking about how smooth it was. It was ultra smooth. Super smooth. Another super smooth. Smooth like butter. Super smooth, and another extremely smooth. So I think Stargaze has established itself as having great UX and UI. How do we do this? So we have a cluster of RPC nodes in the back end that serve the front end. We have our own custom IPFS gateway, CDN. All our contracts, our CosmWasm contracts are pinned. And we have a large IAVL cache on each node to handle the load. So unlike Ethereum, you have Infura and other services like this. Cosmos doesn't really have that, so we kind of had to build our own. Some of the numbers for Launchpad. Okay, 150,000 NFTs have been minted on Stargaze so far. Creators have earned over 25 million stars. 3 million stars have been fair burned. Fair burn is the fee structure in Stargaze. So Stargaze doesn't have gas. It has 0 gas. But it does have fees for doing certain things. So if you launch a collection, if you mint, you have a fee involved with that. This fee structure is loosely based on EIP 1559, where half the fees are burned and the other half go to stakers. Had to let the GIF animation go on. OK, we're working on Launchpad v2. Random minting is like the main feature that's going to come out in that right now. I'll talk a bit more about this later. And we're also going to have creator staking investing. We're adding creator staking investing because we want creators to be more aligned with the values of Stargaze. We don't want them to just come and launch and then dump their tokens and leave and rug, right? So if you go work for a startup, you have a token lockup period, and then you have a vesting period. And we're kind of bringing that same kind of functionality to Stargaze. We're also talking to Deuce Labs about building a UI for Stargaze Tools, so then creators can go easily point and click and launch their collections. I talked about random minting a little bit. So the way it works, so generating random numbers on a blockchain is not an easy thing to do, because if one node generates a random number, the other one has to generate the exact same thing, right? So what we're doing is we're building a Cosmos SDK module that's a random beacon, and then the contracts are going to talk to that random beacon, and that random number is going to go into the shuffle algo that we're building that will shuffle all the token IDs for the NFTs. And when you mint, there's going to be another little secondary shuffle. So this way, all the NFTs that you mint are going to be purely random, and it's going to be very hard to snipe. And have so this brings down the MEV, or minter extractable value. It also has this has the element of time, because anyone can call the shuffle function. Yeah, that makes it even more random. Marketplace just launched last night. This just happened, I think. So in the first hour, there was about 500,000 stars of sales. 10,000 stars were burned. It's probably a lot more than that now. And people have already started building tools on top of Marketplace. Someone already bought built a real-time sales tracker on top of Marketplace. To list your NFT is very simple. Right now, there's only fixed price sales. You can go in, put in the price, click on list, and list it. This is kind of what it looks like. A screenshot of a collection. You can go in, and you can click on buy. Now, after the contract goes through an audit, we're going to add bidding, sales history, and all this other features that that people want. The reaction for Marketplace is similar to Launchpad. You see the word smooth there a lot. All right, let's keep going on. All right, let's talk about some of the features in Marketplace. So we have these token-gated channels in Discord that people love. And we don't want you to lock your NFT into the Marketplace because then you won't be able to use all the other features that you get with the NFT. So you can keep the NFT in your wallet and still have it listed on the Marketplace. It's a two-sided marketplace. So you don't even have to list the NFT. If someone wants to buy it, they can place a bid on it. We have collection bids, which are bids across the whole collection, and that increases the liquidity in the marketplace. So if you want to list your NFT, you don't have to wait. You can just list it and have an instant sale. There's private sales. You can put in an address and sell it to someone specific. There's a thing called finder's fee I'll talk about later. And also we have incentives for bots to keep the state current in the marketplace. For example, there's a bit like bids could get stale, right? And you can make a bot that comes in and cleans up the stale bids, and you can get a little cut of that sale. So this is kind of based around makers liquidation bots. This is a kind of a cool NFT that renders live HTML. All right, the marketplace contract. So we actually pushed some features up to WASMD while working on this contract. It's fully governance managed. So that means there's no admins. There's no small DAO that is managing this contract. It's uploaded by governance, instantiated by governance, and governance can even vote to change the params in the contract so that you can change the trading fee and all that kind of stuff. Another thing it has is this feature called hooks. So all the functionality in the marketplace, like when you sell an NFT, when you place a bid, can have callbacks to other contracts. So if you're a developer, you can build on top of marketplace. And I'm not aware of any other marketplaces that has this kind of feature. OK, IBC NFT transfers. So if you guys use Osmosis and Kepler, you're behind the scenes, you're using ICS 20, which is the fungible token standard. We have built an implementation of ICS 721 that lets you transfer NFTs across chains. So the way it works is that you have an NFT on chain A, you'll lock it on chain A, you'll mint the synthetic version of that on chain B, and then you do something with it on chain B, and then you can lock it on that chain and then bring it back to chain A. And because ICS 721 is a standard, it's agnostic to a programming language, right? So although ours is built in CosmWasm, it also works with SDK native chains. So we're talking to all the Cosmos chains to try and get them on the standard. If we haven't talked to you yet, please come and talk to me. And if we all speak the same standard, we can all have NFTs flowing across chains. But we didn't stop here. We're working with Gravity Bridge to bring Ethereum NFTs to Cosmos. And this plugs into the ICS 721 standard as well. So the way this works is that if you have an ERC 721 token, you can send it to Gravity. Gravity, the contract observes, Gravity Bridge observes that it got the NFT, and then it sends an ICS 721 packet to Stargaze and mints it there and locks it on the contract. So this is going to be really cool. I can't wait for people to bring Ethereum assets to Stargaze and then use it in a Stargaze and have zero gas. All right, so if you're a dev, what can you build on Stargaze? Launchpad. You can build different ways to mint. You can build raffles, Dutch auctions. There's one dev that's working on an on-chain generative art minter. So what that does is that when you mint, at that time of the mint, it takes the block height, it takes your address, and it creates a unique NFT that's on-chain. Integrations with DeFi, right? Peer-to-pool lending and borrowing, stuff with staking. And there's a lot you can do with DAOs, right? Party bid. Imagine you can't afford to get the most expensive Star Chode, but you might be able to do it with your friends. So you can collectively bid on an NFT. Now, if you want to build on Stargaze, you don't have to do it for free. Earlier, I talked about Fairburn. We have developer incentives built into Fairburn, right? So there's a developer address that you can put into Fairburn when you're writing a contract. And when the contract charges a fee, you get some of that fee. So now 40% will be Fairburn instead of 50, and you get to keep the rest of that. I talked a little bit about finder's fee. Now, this is a way to monetize projects that are building like external tools, like rarity tools, mint trackers, floor price tools. Earlier, someone just built a sales tool for the marketplace that came out 1 hour after marketplace launched. The way this works is that if you're placing a bid or you're placing an ask, you put in what you want your finder's fee to be. And then when the tool makes the match, it charges that fee, or the fee gets charged to the person that made the tool. Stargaze runs governance-gated CosmWasm. I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding what this means. This does not mean it's centralized. This means that governance is responsible for making sure that the contract is aligned with the values and goals of that chain. So it's just like you don't let a stranger into your house unless you know that person, right? This is exactly what that is. And because Stargaze is an app-specific chain, it doesn't make sense to have, like an Ohm fork does not belong on Stargaze, right? And it also prevents Ponzi's and hacks and stuff like that being launched. The community of Stargaze is amazing. We have a very active Discord community, Twitter. You get to work with art and code, which is pretty rare. Stargaze has never gone down. It's never been hacked. Upgrades has always gone smoothly. Our DevOps team is world-class. We've also been building with the SDK since 2018. One thing we're working on is a dev fund for Terra, and we're working on a migration tool. So any Terra NFT projects, we're here to help. Come and talk to us. All right, and I got some links for documentation, and I'm open for any questions.
Thank you, Shane. And again, congratulations for your successful launch. And yeah, we have plenty of questions. So, first of all, if tomorrow OpenSea integrates NFTs on Cosmos, native chain, how do you compete with them?
Well, I mean, OpenSea is still a centralized company, right? They don't have the community that we have. They don't have a token. And I think people like Stargaze because they can easily come to the Discord, they can talk to us, we can help them, and there's just alignment with the community and the protocol.
So on Ethereum, we have a lot of very trendy NFTs like Bored Apes, CryptoPunks, etc. We haven't seen this on Cosmos yet. So what do you think is the reason for that?
I think the reason for that is just, the Cosmos ecosystem is still new. The ecosystem has a lot of people with backgrounds from like DevOps because of proof of stake. You have a validator, centric ecosystem, and the mainstream, which is a little disjoint from mainstream, right? But that's changing as the UX gets easier. Osmosis, the UX is awesome. There's more and more people that are going to be coming in.
In the long run, do you believe that decentralized marketplaces like Stargaze will succeed in comparison to centralized marketplaces such as OpenSea?
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't think that, I wouldn't be working on it. Yeah, I mean, I think the value alignment is just better that way. Also, just in terms of technology, you know, we have zero gas, proof of stake, and it just experience is just so much smoother.
What happens when you sell an ETH-bridged NFT on Cosmos, or is this generally possible at all?
Yeah, so when each bridged NFT comes into Cosmos, comes into Stargaze, you'll be able to price it in stars and sell it, and it'll just kind of flow around the marketplace. And then you can always send it back if you want to.
Nice. Then also, how do you view the role of NFTs during a bear market?
During a bear market, well, I mean, we can build. So we're working on some protocols like lending and borrowing. So you know, you can still get value from your NFTs. And you know, I mean, everyone has trouble during a bear market. So yeah.
Are you also planning an integration with the Gravity Bridge?
Yeah. We're definitely working with Gravity, and actually we just kind of started this working group with Gravity to get ICS 721 adopted.
Nice. Last question. Where can we get this amazing T-shirt?
Actually, I just got this on Amazon.
Shane. Thank you, Shane.
Thanks.